Hello, welcome. Uh, yeah. So, last time we left our story, there was more issues at the house. This girl has been looking for her husband, who was the first person to go to Bestia at his residence. Um, it didn't go well for him. He got murdered real hard, eaten. But she's remained very steadfast. Bestia met a woman who came to the house and he couldn't kill her. We have some very Beauty and the Beast vibes, but because our current Belle is blind, it adds another layer there. And our Beast is absolutely a murderer who eats the prey. We got stuff going on. So, lastly left, our girl here, Pauline, has just uh, gotten the okay and guidance of a friend she made at the beach who is going to lead her to the house. So, let's see what happens. Put the sound back on. Thank you for seeing me off. Don't mention it. I learned so much about this town thanks to you. You made my stay here quite enjoyable. What's the matter? You're looking rather glum. I wonder. Hmm. I wonder why the sea exists. I was born in a port town, so it's always been there for me. It's huge, never-ending, expansive, magnificent ocean. Far too big for a single measly human for me to cross. It's so pretty. It is. I feel like I understand why you like the sea. But right now, I can't help wondering why God created an enormous sea. Why didn't he make the world smaller? I'm sorry, I'm talking nonsense. Not at all. I'll probably be back eventually. That's just part of the job. And will you have lunch at the seaside restaurant again? I need to close something. See if that helps at all. Just closing my background stuff. Plop. Okay. Quite likely. I bet it'll be mostly meat too. Was your stomach able to handle it? I'll train up for next time. Hmm. Your ship is gonna embark soon. Yeah. Will people get mad that you're not helping them prepare? Most likely. Then you should hurry off. Yeah. Pauline. Hmm? I just wanted to thank you again. I appreciate you taking so much time to show me around. Is that all? No. I don't know why, but I was considering leaving without telling you this. I'd like you to tell me. I'd feel better if you turned me down. What? My homeland is only getting more isolated. Unlike your country, mine is not eager to associate with the rest of the world. I probably don't even have their patronage anymore. What I'm saying is that I have absolutely no stability. I can't even say for sure whether I'll be back. So, you're right. There's nothing but obstacles. I'm sure my mom would be opposed as well. But I've fallen for you. This game way over, like, I overuse ellipses. This game overuses ellipses. Good lord. It is, like, it was kind of annoying at first, but it's hit a breaking point. They just don't have it. Don't have that text. It's, you don't need to go back 3 and 4 times of just ellipse, 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 ellipse. Like, the way you staring out at the sun, the shape of your lips when you smile at me, the kindness in your voice. The more time I spend with you, the deeper I fall in love with you. The whole world could separate us, and these feelings would not change. Well, damn. Beat me to it. If I'd waited, I don't think you would have ever gotten to it. I'll say it myself, too. I love you, Pauline. I fell for you the moment I saw you. I promise we will meet again. I promise. I'll be waiting. Thank you. It's visible in both of our eyes. This love's strong enough to wash away all our tribulations. It's all right there, plain as day for each of our eyes. His and mine. Did you hear something? Huh? Sounded like someone's voice. Didn't hear anything. Must have been your imagination. Oh. You want to turn back, lady? You looking nervous? I'm just fine. Let's keep moving. Ah, but there is one thing. What? My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. This again. Lady is so distant. I don't being like called that. So call me Pauline. Polly. How's that? Can I call you Polly? Oh, come on. I'd really rather you call me Pauline. I'm an only child. I've always wanted a younger brother or sister, but Polly makes it sound like I'm the younger one. Not your brother, not the child. You called yourself a kid yesterday, though. It's not what I meant. Oh, fine. You can call me Polly. It's not my full name, but I'm glad you're calling me something other than Lady, Abby. Haha, that's what I'll do then. Ah, you left. Be quiet. You're no fun. There's a mansion top ahead, standing on top of the cliff. Can't say why exactly, but I feel it's something that shouldn't be there. What do you mean? It feels out of place for this area. Something feels off about it. Like somehow it's ethereal. Could disappear at any moment. No, I'm probably just overthinking things. Sorry, that was stupid of me to say. It's okay. We still can't see the mansion Javi's talking about from here, just dense, overgrown forest. But for some reason I can sense we're approaching it. It's a strange sensation. Anxiety is bubbling up from deep inside me. At the same time I feel like I could burst into tears. Not out of fear, but familiarity. Familiarity. Hmm. I've been to this country before. Everything I'm seeing is new to me. Never been to this country before. There's nothing for me to find familiar at all. Then why? I'm gonna ask you one more time. You sure you want to do this? I am. You agreed not to go inside. Don't break the promise. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm sorry for putting you through this, making you relive unpleasant memories. But thank you for accompanying me when you have nothing to gain from it. Don't worry, I'll just look around. I'm only searching for a sign that he was there. And when I'm done, we'll return to the village together. Right? Okay. Now let's go. We push our way through the dark, dense forest. And then, like the world fading into view after a dream, a mansion appears before us. It rests quietly upon a cliff against the backdrop of the Emerald Ocean. This is the beast's den? By all rights, it should be a magnificent scene, but the blue sky and jade sea clash with the building. It appears alone, isolated, precariously from the rest of the world. Yeah, this is it. This is a mansion where the beast dwells. Careful not to make any noise, we draw nearer to the house, this inexplicable structure sitting between the forest and the cliff. The fluttering I feel in my heart does not seem to be caused by fear of the beast. The weeds and the plants growing unchecked around the house are tall enough for Javi to hide in. But I imagine that's how he approached the mansion the first time, lurking in the overgrowth. Say, have the people of the village thought about leaving this area? Moving somewhere else, far away from the beast's den? Only those with enough savings can do that. Leave without money and I'll just die in a ditch somewhere. Everyone's made their lives here in the village. We have farmland, cattle, sheep. It's not easy to let that all go. Not everyone can just hop on a boat to another country like you, Polly. We're not wealthy. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I know, it's just being too harsh. You're just ignorant. So naive you to believe the whole world is a perfect magical place. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. If you're capable of seeing the world like that, there's no reason you should look at it any other way. For as mature as you can be, Javi, you're also rather cynical. Well, pardon me. When you... When you said you'd take me to your town, that kinda made my day. There's nothing left for me in this village. You'll find plenty of new things, I'm sure. You can even make some friends in my town. After all, you still got a long life ahead of you, Javi. You should make it fun for one. You make it sound like I'm about to throw myself off a cliff. I didn't mean it like that. You should try to keep quiet from here on out. Ah, okay, got it. As we draw closer to the mansion, I can see ivy twisted across its stone walls. I press my back against the wall and take a few deep breaths. There's a window next to me. If there really is a beast, if there really is a terrible man-eating monster inside, I'm in danger if it catches me. Javi's eyes entreat me to not get any closer, but I have to see. I have to see if there is a mountain of corpses inside these walls. If there's even the slightest trace of them. I'm just going to have a look. Peek in front of the window without being noticed. That's all I'm going to do. When it's done, I'll go home. Through the window, I see a dimly illuminated hallway. Like the garden, the inside is desolate, but there's still the sense that someone lives there. It's not completely abandoned. Polly. I I see something moving inside the mansion. I hold my breath so whatever it is doesn't sense my presence, doesn't sense my gaze. Then, what? A shadow whisks past. No. Polly. Hey. Polly. Open up. Please open the door. Stop it, you idiot. What do you think you're doing? Please, open the door. Polly, promised me. You lost your mind. The only thing there is a... It's not a beast. Huh? It's not a beast. A beast isn't living in this mansion. You're wrong. It is. There's a beast in there. A beastia. Get away from the door, the beast. It's not a beast. Open the door. Open. Ah! I knew it. I knew it. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. I never stopped believing. I knew you wouldn't die. Would you? Yuki Masa. I had faith you were still alive. I wanted to prove it. And I was right. I'm so glad I had faith. So glad I didn't give up. I missed you so. All this time I've never stopped thinking about you. Never stopped imagining our reunion. Yuki Masa, I'm glad you're alive. Stop it, Polly, you'll get away from him. That's the beast. You'll kill me if I don't kill you. So I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you or you won't understand. You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you just don't understand. I'll make you understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. Kill. I'll kill you. So how are they gonna retcon this? That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for my mercy. Weep and struggle. Suffer. Die. Look at this. No one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. Yukimasa, what's wrong? What? What's the matter? It's me, it's Pauline. I came to find you. I've missed you so much. Yukimasa? Sorry, I still don't understand your language. Wait, where are you going? Stop it, Polly. Don't go after him. Polly! Why do you... Why are you running from me? Why don't you recognize me? It's Pauline, your love. Why? Your katana. Why would you point it at me? You're scaring me. What's gotten into you? Hey, what's the matter? Yukimasa, do you know who I am? What happened? You used to be able to speak my language so fluently. Let's talk. What do you say? Put that thing away, please. It's dangerous. What? Why? You cut me. So they're reconning the whole, like, double beast scene. So hot. Why? Yukimasa, it's me, it's Pauline. Open your eyes. No, stop. Yukimasa, please stop this. I'm begging you. I'm dying. Why would you do this to me? Stop it, Yukimasa. Stop this. His blade held high above his head glimmers. Why? He's the beast? Tell me, Yukimasa. Did you kill all those villagers? Are you going to kill me? Why? Do. Grunting noises, please stop. Ah. Yukimasa, it's me, Pauline. Please open your eyes. Let's go back to my town. I never got the chance to ask if you wanted to move to my country. Then, we wouldn't have to wait so long to see each other. What do you think, Yukimasa? Burn in hell. Why? Do. Tell me why. Because foreigner things. What happened here? I'm grateful that you cannot see, because you would certainly think me a beast if you were able to see this. Because you cannot see, you do not know what I look like, but I do know. Another beast like me broke into the mansion. Was it? I protected you. Did I not? I protected you. Say that I protected you. That I did this for you. Actually a beast? I can hear a woman's voice. I can't keep my eyes open. I wonder who she is. They seem like they're really close. Did you choose someone else? Then you could have just said so. I wouldn't have been angry. We've been apart for so long. But this does kind of hurt. It hurts. I can't take it. Just once. Could you turn your back and say my name? I proved it. That you're still alive. We were lovers, weren't we? So why? You said you wanted a peaceful life. Can't take this. Do. I dropped a bunch of frames. It hurts so bad. Yukimasa, I can't take I can't take this. What I want most is to spend a nice quiet life with you. I don't need anything extravagant, just an ordinary life, slowly growing older, having 3, maybe 4 children. We'd never fight, and eventually, before I know it, I'm an old lady. Thinking, it was an uneventful life, but it was the best I could have asked for. That's the life I want. And what about you? Yes, I too wish for a peaceful life with you. Polly, I couldn't, I couldn't do it. Ah, interesting. Master, Master, what's the matter? You look as pale as a ghost. What? I lied to you? I have not told you a single falsehood, Master. Ah, about the beast. That means you were seeing her memories then. Is that so? Must have been quite difficult to witness. But I assure you, I've told no lies. Beastie was convinced he was a beast, and as a servant of the house, it's my responsibility to present my former master to you as he saw himself. This would have been a very different story had you not discovered the truth. A beast meets a white-haired girl and learns humanity. That tale would have been far easier on you, I'm sure. By remaining in the dark, not seeing through his eyes alone, you would not have had to witness the poor girl's miserable death. And that, perhaps, would have been better for you. But the reality you observed through her eyes changed the truth of this tale. And it sounds like the visions you had did not run in parallel to the events I described to you, but took place earlier in time. Which means that yes, her fate was set in the stone well before you saw it. I do have to wonder, though, why did Beastia believe the woman to be a beast like him? Perhaps it was because of her hair, her eyes, her skin color was similar to his own. Poor young woman called upon the mansion did indeed resemble Beastia. They were of a similar race. Half of her blood was the same as his. But was that the only reason? Would that be enough for him to mistake her for a beast? I have my own theory. His memories may have played a role. I suspect Beastia was afraid of the memories when he saw from when he was human would cause him to waver. But that's simply my own speculation. Perhaps he had merely lost his grip on reality. Well, how could you? Well, have you come to understand Beastia, Master? You do appear to think he was an ordinary human who believed himself to be a beast. But where does that line between man and beast truly lie? That I do not know. Master, if, like Beastia, you were able to lose your memories and endure persecution and degradation until you broke, would you still remember that who you care for? Now, our tale's not over yet. This web of misfortune was tightly, oh so tightly entangled. Could not be unraveled. Let us return now from her memories to the point we were left off in our story. Just after the white-haired girl disrobed, showing Beastia the difference between him and her, was yes, several days following the woman's death. The blood in the hall had been cleaned up and there was no trace of it any longer. He had made a tremendous mistake, though only the people aware of the mistake are you and I. There is perhaps a chance the white-haired girl realized, but she knew nothing of the woman. So I entreat you not to fault the white-haired girl for trying to be kind to Bestia. She is without sin in any and all times. The beast, no, the man who made the white-haired girl put her clothes back on. He seemed to have calmed down a bit. After examining the body and comparing it with his own, he was once more again coming to think he might not be a beast. In the past, he would have rejoiced at proof of his own humanity. However, it was for him the seed of several new doubts. You said I'm human. Yes. Do you still believe this? I certainly do. You're simply mistaken. You believe yourself to be a beast because of what the villagers said. Why did they call me a beast? If I were able to see, I could surely answer all of your questions. But I cannot, so all I can offer you is my conjecture. Go on, tell me. I suspect that you do not come from this country. No, you do not come from this continent. You came to this continent from far, far away, perhaps even across the sea. This land has been cast into turmoil by war. Fortunately, no fighting reached the village, but it has blocked trade routes, stripped them of their independence, and cast a dark shadow over their hope. They are quite devastated, I imagine. And then you showed up. From what I heard, this area is not particularly friendly to people from other countries. Even less so from those from another continent. I doubt they know much about distant lands, so they had probably never seen someone like you before. But in addition, you've been wearied and worn. I guess you are emaciated and wasting away. Enough so you didn't even look like yourself. Do you remember how you arrived at this village? When I woke up, I was on the beach. I don't remember anything before that. My joints all ached, and I was terribly thirsty. In so much pain, I sought help. But nothing I said got through to the villagers. I did not understand what they said either. But one thing you did understand is they were calling you Bestia. Right. And I also understood that they used to describe beasts. The way they looked at me, it wasn't normal, so I imagine at first they didn't simply want the trouble. They didn't want to actually think you were a beast. Simply, this wretched man, unfamiliar in appearance, who was washed ashore, resembled a beast. Washed ashore? You were in an accident, were you not? While crossing the sea? I do not remember. I can't remember. No, I mustn't remember. If I'm not a beast, that means the other beast wasn't one either. What did the beast look like? It looked somehow similar to me. Its hair color, skin color, eye color, and the way it spoke seemed vaguely familiar, which means it was. I cannot accept that. If I do, then that means I have done something terrible. No. What? They did call me a beast. I was, in fact, a beast. As I've been saying, that's because. Tell me I'm a beast, please. Let me remain a beast. How do you imagine he saw the world? I can't even begin to fathom. But you never know what someone else sees. And there's nothing to say they see the same thing as you. And you and I have seen different things. So too did the man and his lover see different things. Or perchance, The true shape of the world is visible only through the white-haired girl's sightless eyes. Do you think the reason he so stubbornly rejected his human memories is because he had taken to the life of his beloved? I personally believe there is more to it than that. Yep, this is a lot of what I was saying in the previous video. This is a lot of self-imposed negative aspects that reinforced and created a cycle. So, someday you shall remember. You shall remember everything. I will not allow you to avert your eyes. Remember that you have always been a beast, incapable of saving anyone, only taking. Remember and suffer, agonize, writhe, anguish, grieve, suffer. So sweet are the sounds of our inner voice. They sound so true, so hard to dismiss. Such a damn shame. Our homeland's but a stone's throw away and they won't let us in. Just how long are they going to maintain this stance? Regrettable, isn't it, son? Yes, I agree wholeheartedly, Captain Amasa. We can make it this far in Whiteman's ship. There's no response to our missives. Not sure it's even reaching the magistrate's hands. Is it so different, even the slightest bit accommodating to your fellow countrymen? They seem to be treating the white men rather poorly as well. Here they imprisoned him on a tiny man-made island. There's no way to make friends. Well, all things considered, you could hardly call this homeland anymore. For how many generations in your family lived overseas again? I'm the third. I see. I doubt you have any attachment to this land. It's not true. I may have never had the opportunity to step foot on her soil, but my spirit dwells within this land. My grandfather told me much about this country, of her 4 rich, vibrant seasons and boundless beauty. I'm deeply grateful you invited me on our voyage to visit her, Captain Amasa. I have finally, if only at a distance, laid eyes upon home. I cannot say when this area may come to a close, but I hope times come when we can proudly proclaim her our motherland. Can't find this food this good at home. I eagerly await when that becomes true. Indeed, as do I. I've lied to her. She believed when I was born in the Orient, but in truth, I'd never once set foot in that country. I was born in Europe. My family has not been permitted to return since my grandparents left. I still remember clear as day the look of profound regret on my grandfather's face as he departed from this world. He bequeathed unto me a katana, and to this day, that blade became the one object binding me to my homeland. I could not bring myself to tell her that I am disallowed to return home. I did not want her to think that I had been forsaken by my country, but my country would do such a thing. However, some part of me believes there was more to it than that. A smuggler? Yeah, I never would expect it. Not on this boat. But one of the crewmen was conspiring with a government official. He did unfortunately. He hid unreported goods on board and delivered them in secret. What goods? Silver coins. Spanish coins. Trade more than they're worth as currency. Was official sentenced to commit seppuku. We're responsible for our own crew's punishments. I'm still trying to decide how to handle it. Have him commit seppuku as well. That sailor brought shame onto the entire ship. If he's made to take responsibility for his actions, perhaps we can minimize the damage to our reputation. You make a fair point. Unfortunately, he's not of this land. He's not familiar with the ritual. And I shall serve as his second. I'm sure he dies without issue. Have you lost your mind? I have been trained in the art. It is unlikely I should fail. You are not samurai, though. I was born into a family of samurai. At least, it was until 3 generations ago. But that blood still courses through my veins. Very well, then. That's how we shall do it. We now commit. This feels so weird, but like I committed to a voice having no idea of what. So whatever. We now commence the ritual of seppuku for our fellow crewman Seedorf. Seedorf has, in violation of restrictions set in place by the shogunate, committed a grave crime of smuggling prohibited goods into the country. In order to atone for his betrayal, the trust of both nations, he vows to take his life here before you. Do you have any last words? I deeply regret that we should have to lose a companion with whom we traveled the 7 seas in this manner. Do it. It wasn't me. What? It wasn't me. I've been set up. I didn't smuggle anything. I don't know anything about any silver coins. I've been framed. Believe me, why should I have to slice my own? Yukimasa, he said the accusations were false. Lies to escape punishment. And not allow him to continue shaming himself. Us. His fate was already decided. It would only serve to tarnish the ship's honor. But an investigation was performed. It is our duty to trust those results. You're right. Yes, you're right. Good work. Now this needs to be cleaned up. Yes, sir. I'm sure I was mistaken, but I would like to ask you anyway. Were you smiling as you did it? You must have been seeing things. Was that really the only reason I couldn't bring myself to tell her the truth? What was that dream? Was that from my memories? No. Amasa. I've never met that man. Or that woman. No. No. It wasn't me. Don't. I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Not a thing. Not a single thing. I am a beast. I'm a beast, not a human. I don't need those memories. Are you there? Are you there? Where are you? Come to me. Be with me. Peace. My peace. Where are you? Where have you gone? Why? Why are you not at my side? I don't remember anything. Stop remembering. Again, I've committed to several voices on this guy, and I don't think I've stuck with any of them except the bestial one, but we'll persist. Because he's still seeing himself as a beast when I'm using the voice, most of the time. Is that a silver coin? Spanish silver? Some weeks we set off back west. I find a silver coin in the ship's hold. I don't know if it got overlooked or dropped when transporting the rest, but there's just one. First thing I think when I find it is that I should report it to Captain Amasa. But instead, I slip the coin into my pocket and take my leave of the hold as if nothing ever happened. Not for the purpose of smuggling it for some extra cash. It only has extra value back east. Back west, it's nothing more than designated value as currency. So again, it's not for the want of money. Well, damn. It seems Seedorf might have been innocent after all. Perhaps so. He had no hand in the smuggling. He moved on a regrettable thing. No, as you said, an investigation was conducted. We had no choice but to believe the information we were given. You mustn't blame yourself. I feel bad for putting you in such an unbelievable responsibility on you. Not at all. Now how do we handle this? I can't believe a silver coin was found in someone else's luggage. It would be best to handle it internally. Publicly. We've already made our amends with Seedorf's death. That's true. Though it would be prudent to try to discover where he's acquiring the coins, so as to prevent such another incident. Should one of our crew be caught smuggling again, he will not be the only one asked to take responsibility. I have great sympathies for you, Captain Amasa. This is quite the headache. Can't imagine he would give up his connections just because we ask. We can force him. If he doesn't want to talk, then we can give him some extra encouragement. But I couldn't. Worry not, Captain Amasa. I shall take care of the dirty work. You needn't trouble yourself with anything, Captain. Leave it all to me. Captain. Very well. I leave this in your hands, Yukimasa. Yes, sir. How are you feeling? Hey, untie me. What's the meaning of this? Silver coin was discovered in your luggage. A silver coin? Interesting. You have quite the knack for acting. Hold on, I don't follow. I thought the smuggling problem was taken care of. Seedorf wasn't the one doing the smuggling. It was you. Like hell, I've never seen any damn silver coins. Some kind of mistake. Check my bags again. Coin was found in your luggage, regrettably. Captain Amasa saw it himself. Lies! I swear I've never touched one. Is that so? I swear, never. Please believe me, I'm no smuggler. I've done good work even on this expedition. You know I'm not someone who'd get involved in smuggling. I don't know what kind of person anyone is. We may have known each other for years. That doesn't mean I have any way of knowing what you think in private, how you feel, what kind of person you are. You smuggled the coin, didn't you? I didn't. I had nothing to do with it. Who was your supplier? I'm telling you, I'm no smuggler. Put Captain Amasa in an uncomfortable position if you don't talk. We can't risk damaging our homeland's trust any further. I swear to God I had nothing to do with it. So you won't tell? How could I tell you something I don't know anything about? I see. You believe me? So it's very important information. Enough that you can't give up someone so easily. In which case, I'll just have to do until you talk. What are you? Ah. Whenever you're ready to talk, let me know. I'll stop right away. Hey, stop, what are you? Quite thick fingers you have. Let go, what are you? But it's all meat. Your bones aren't any thicker than anyone else's. Wow, my finger! Don't start screaming just yet. That was just the first. Your little finger. Next is your ring. Stop, please don't do it, I'm begging you. Are you ready to talk? I told you I don't know anything. Too bad. No. God. Your middle finger. Don't. Your right hand's gonna be useless if you don't start talking soon. What do you want me to tell you? I swear I had nothing to do with it. What has you so stubbornly refusing to talk? Is it your supply really worth going to such lengths to protect? No, I can't tell you what I don't know. That's... Ah, all that's left is your thumb. Help! Someone get me! Just so we're perfectly clear, everyone on board knows what you did. No one's gonna want to come to a smuggler's aid. God, I can't take this anymore. Please, stop. Ready to talk? What will it be? I'll talk. This is the problem with torture. Okay, I'll talk. If anything you tell me is a lie, you can consider your life forfeit. Are you ready to tell me the truth? We will investigate the details of your confession. If you lie, we will find out. Understood? But I speak. But, or can't you? I don't know anything. That's a shame. Well, you won't be using your right hand ever again. Although there are still 5 fingers on your left. Are you in pain? Do you want me to stop? Yes, please. Alright. 4 left. It's quite the face. Wish I could show it to you in a mirror. What is wrong with you? You monster. I'm not doing this because I want to. You're the one forcing my hand by refusing to talk. Now go on, spit it out. You wouldn't believe anything I said anyway. How long have you been doing this? You're the first. Liar, you sick bastard. It's the truth, though. Then why are you smiling? 3 left. What'll it be? Will you tell me everything? No lies, no omissions. It wasn't me, I didn't do anything. 2 left. Surprising how easily they break. No. Stop. This is the last one. My fingers are on fire. But now, what next? It burns, it burns. Are you listening? Mm-hmm. Hello? This over a few broken fingers? Need me to wake you up? Let me tell you something. I'm the one who put the coin in your luggage. Of course you don't know anything. Someone, anyone, get in here. The silver coin wasn't... Don't go shouting things you'll regret. It's hard to fight back with your thumbs in that condition. Having trouble breathing? Well, you need air. Guess it's hard to talk with my hands around your throat, huh? What do you have against this guy? Do you want air? Alright. You can have some air. Someone, anyone. You just don't learn. I can see the words written on his face. Why? Why are you doing this? Why? It's a good question. I'm not even sure myself. This guy is a monster. Hey. Answer me. Well, damn. I missed the opportunity to use my katana. Toss the man's body overboard. My story will be that he sneaked out while I wasn't looking. Threw himself into the sea. As I watch the sack of flesh sink into the depths, I'm thoroughly shocked. Shocked to realize I don't feel the slightest bit bad about what I've done. No regret, no remorse, nothing. I comprehend that the things I've done are reprehensible, that they're evil. But that knowledge wasn't sufficient to restrain my urges. There's an itch I felt deep within my chest ever since the moment my blade sunk its teeth into Seedorf's neck. I don't know what to call it, but I feel like I'm floating, like everything swirling about inside me has been unleashed, set free. It's also the edge of anxiety, though. If I continue down this path, what might I transform into? Despite feeling not the bit, Despite feeling not the slightest bit guilty about the horrible things I've done, I still fear this life I've made slipping away from me. I want something to anchor me. What exactly am I? What is this I wanted to become? Some kind of man who can take another life without flinching? Fully aware of his actions? If that's truly what I am, perhaps make things easier if I did lose everything. Oh, don't scare me like that. Where did you pick up a word like that? I never took you for someone so pretentious. I'm sorry. Just looked so much like a rabbit there, the way you were tossing your head back and forth looking around for me. Oh, you. It's something you call a child, not a little girl anymore. I'm sorry, really. Don't be so mad, Pauline. I'm not mad at all. It's been a year and a half. We finally get to see each other again. That we do. Did you have any trouble out at sea? Did you fall ill or get caught in a storm or run into any kind of danger at all? No, there was no trouble. Everything went fine, without incident. The sea god was watching over us, I suppose. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. What am I? Who am I? Who? Who? What is this room? What are those colored windows? Were those here before, in the mansion? I know what this is. An angel. The angel. The angel is looking at me and laughing. The angel is looking down on me and laughing. What are you doing? The angel's laughing at me. The angel. So the angel. You. Where were you? I went to the kitchen to get a drink of water. You have nothing to worry about. I will not run away from you. I am not human, am I? I'm not human. You are not a human. You are you. It's alright. I imagine it's quite disconcerting having lost your memories. But no matter what happens, you will always be you. Don't be afraid. Are those the words of encouragement I truly want to hear? I am afraid of being. Am I afraid of being myself? I don't know. Don't think about it. I am a beast with no memories. His psyche drifted erratically between human and beast. If he accepted himself as a human, it might cause memories better left buried to return to him. If he accepted himself as a beast, in exchange for his memories, he'd no longer be able to rejoin human society. The white-haired girl fervently supported him in these precarious times. I was quite amazed. I had never imagined she would grow to be such a strong woman. Nevertheless, God is a cruel master, and for what strength he gave her spiritually, he took equal part from her physically. Though she persisted day in and day out to stay by the man's side, one day she suddenly fell ill. With her in the throes of a high fever and not knowing the cause, he fell into a perpetual panic. There was no medicine in the mansion. They could hardly manage to put together sufficiently nutritious meals. Though there was no medicine, maybe there was something else that could make her feel better. However, everything he could think of required him to leave the house. Hey, hey, is there anything you would like? Anything I'd like? I'm considering visiting the village. I see. You're going to the village. I thought I might be able to get some medicine. I would prefer to bring a doctor here, but no one would come if they learned you were in this mansion. So, I was planning to put on a disguise to enter the village as a person. The white-haired girl smiled when she heard this idea. She had, after all, always wanted him to think of himself as a human. However, because she was so pure-hearted, she did not comprehend the full extent of the slaughter he was confessing to commit. The revenge he had taken on those who chased him. How sinister his cackling and furious reaping. She did not grasp how serious it was. She had faith that Bestia had kindness in his heart. If you cannot get any medication, then buy me some oranges, please. Oranges. This is a land blessed by the sun. You should be able to find some wonderful oranges. Will that make you feel better? Yes, it should. Okay. Bestia's mind was made up. He would don the skin of a human for her to protect the peace he had. He would return to the place that had left him with many painful memories. It was to him the source of his fear. Whenever he let his guard down, their shots would play back in his mind. Bestia, Bestia, hideous beast. Though he had physically conquered the people who lived there, Bestia's memories of the village still haunted him. But her health meant more to him than any of that. He was willing to cast aside his fear if it meant the white-haired girl would recover. The girl still in her bed, he made his way out of the mansion. He crossed over the overgrown forest, pushing forward one step at a time, all while trying to brush aside his apprehension, until he arrived at the village. This is where they called me a beast, where I was almost killed, and where I killed them. I look different than I did then. I'm dressed differently too, but can I play the part? Can I act convincing enough? Human? I have no choice. There are no other villages. I can't let her die. Excuse me, could you answer a quick question for me? A village man is looking at me. Only for a moment. But for me, that moment is torturously long. A faint look of panic crosses his face, perhaps in fear of my appearance. He's staring at me. Will he point his finger and call me a beast? Will the other villagers come to kill me? However, haven't seen you around here before. He didn't recognize me. Yes, I've come from a faraway land, and I am unfamiliar with this area, so... You're dressed like a nobleman. On a secret trip or something? Something like that. You look really pale though. Searching for a doctor? Ah, Yes, but not for me. My companion has come down with a fever. Sorry to hear it. I'd love to introduce you, but he's out right now. He won't be back for a few days. I see. And where might I be able to buy fruit? There's a shop just around the corner. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. Do take care, traveler. It's dangerous out there. I'm starting to attract attention, but not the same kind as before. They don't look at me with revulsion, hatred, or furious indignation. They're simply curious. The village feels different than last time. Could it have changed this drastically? Or is it because I really did look like a beast then, and now I look like a human? I don't know. Excuse me. Me? Yes? I would like to buy some fruit, some oranges. Oranges? Alright then, just a sec. The fruit vendor doesn't recognize me as a beast either. Any other year they'd be a lot plumper than this. But this year we've had the end of the war, whole mess with the beast, it's just been crazy. If you'd like, how about you come back in a few years and try our oranges again? It'll be several times better, I assure you. I'll keep that in mind. You bet, that'll be. I'm sorry, I don't have any local currency. Would this suffice? What? How is... No good, I take it. No, on the contrary, it's hardly fair you trade a jewel for a few oranges. It's all I have to offer. I hope you can exchange it for money. Sure, you nobles are something else. Noble. Aren't you? If you wander dressed around too well, you put yourself in danger. You might find yourself stripped bare by a bandit, perhaps even catch the attention of the beast. The beast. Everyone mentions the beast. They speak of me. Have you heard the tales? I have not. There's a beast den not too far from the village. It's attacked before and it's been living in fear, not knowing when it might attack again. That all ends today. The men have finally found their spines. They got together and went out to exterminate it. What? Never guess who's responsible. A kid, a little boy spearheading the attack. Never would have expected a little kid to whip up a lazy, cowardly men into shape. The boy's been... But the boy's the only one who knows where the base den is. Ah, hold on. What about your oranges? The men have banded together, and they're going to kill the beast? Why now? Why when I'm not there? I'm the beast. I'm right here. I'm what you're trying to hunt. The only person in the mansion right now is her. He regretted not asking the fruit vendor how long ago the party set off. Though what good would that knowledge have done him? He had to hurry back regardless. The sun was beginning to set, draping the surroundings in a deep blackness. As if to keep from returning home, the knight wrapped his hands around its head, covering both eyes. In what direction did he head to return to the mansion? He stormed through the forest, and eventually the mansion appeared before him, like the world fading into view after a dream. Bestia was a tempest in night, blowing through the overgrowth toward the house. Please, please make it in time. I need her. I need the peace that she provides me. The last thing I want is for her to die. In the blink of an eye, he was through the door, charging down the mansion halls. I could not sense anyone else inside, though. All I could hear was the whoosh of the wind blowing through the house from somewhere. It seemed a window was open. Where are you? Where have you gone? Answer me. Please answer me. He cried out the girl's name again and again until his throat was sore. But she did not respond. He rushed into his bedchamber. Hey, hey, hello? Where are you? Where are you? Answer me! The man swung his head back and forth so hard he might break his own neck. And when he made to look down, he slipped, falling on his tailbone. Something slick on his hands, a sensation he would recognize anywhere. The liquid was still warm. No, it cannot be. I can't. It can't. Can't be. Muttering incomprehensibly in fear, he crawled back through the door of her chamber into the corridor. Like a genuine beast, he followed the trail of slippery fluid on all fours, the trail glimmering like red wine. It stretched on down the hallway, past the living room, smeared onto the floor like it had been wiped with a mop. The man crawled and crawled until at last he reached the stairs down leading into the cellar. The ruby trail continued. From beyond the door he could hear men's voices. With a howl, the man stumbled down the stairs, throwing open the wooden door. His first impression was the stench of blood was suffocating. And indeed, there he discovered the white-haired girl. He found himself unable to even scream. Her once porcelain skin was no longer even sickly pale. Now it was the bloodless color of dirt. She sprawled haphazardly out on the cellar floor, dry blood stains around her half-open mouth. And her lips were naturally lacking their former rose and sheen. Her body was covered with an array of wounds, but the most prominent was the man's singular sword standing tall in her chest. This is the Bestia? He doesn't look the same. It's him! He's the same guy as the Bestia. Several villagers surround him at the behest of a young boy. He's gotten himself all dressed up proper and fancy. The good clothes don't make a man. Isn't that right, you Bestia? No. You murderer! Why did you kill her? Why? You want to know why? Her death was an accident, I'd say. I feel bad about what happened. But any woman who would live with a man like you must be a witch. Is that her? Are you hurting right now, Bestia? Maybe you'll understand. You not only stole my parents and my friends from me, you ripped the last shot of hope I had from my hands. Do you get it? Do you finally understand how I feel? Now do you know how it feels to have someone taking care of you? Someone you care for, taken care of? Now do you know how it feels to have someone taken that you care about, someone taken from you? Pauline, was desperately trying to find you. Why? Why'd you have to kill someone who's so devoted to you? Do you understand what you've done? I'm asking you a question, you goddamn murderer. I see. And now I have nothing left. What? The man stepped forward, almost perfectly calm. His panic had vanished as if it were never there. His eyes were disturbingly vacant. Perhaps the sorrow he had overpowered him, beating his heart into a quiet submission. No, that was not the case. Though his eyes were empty, a faint smile spread across his lips. The transition was swift, as though a gear had switched in his mind. The boy and the other villagers were frozen in place at the sight. Before long, the man was standing before the deceased girl's body, and then pulled a blade from her chest. I knew it. I really was a beast. And what I wanted was a tether. What are you yammering on about? Didn't you care about the woman? Didn't you choose her over Pauline? Who are you through sides, Bertrand? What is wrong with you? Who was she to you? What was she to you? She was my serenity, but she's dead now, and there's nothing I can do about that. Peace, calm, tranquility. The man's behavior was downright eerie, causing the boy to flinch back, believing he had taken everything from him and could not possibly lose anything more. Was, I imagine, what had allowed him to stand up to the beast, the source of such crippling fear. Yet now he found himself unable to move. He found himself in the face of such incomprehensible creature, paralyzed with fear. And the villagers were similarly dumbstruck. Not even I could understand his behavior. What the? What in the hell is wrong with you? How can you laugh at this? I don't get it. How? How indeed? I wonder myself. I don't know either. But you know what? That doesn't matter anymore. Because every last one of my anchors has broken off, sunk into the sea. Do. Much laugh. Damn it, get moving, kill him! I'll slaughter every last one of you. Ah, yes. My whole life, I've always wanted to kill. What was it that inflicted you with such madness? Losing your memory in the shipwreck? The abuse and insult you suffered at the villagers' hands? Or was it your grief at not being able to return to your homeland? No, none of those were the root. You were always like this. You always bore those twisted desires. You held these deep, constant urges to cause others harm. That's your essence. Really, you hidden behind the mask of sincerity. The true beast was your heart. The beast was a convenient skin for you to wear. You wanted to be a brutal, savage murderer. You never really loved the white-haired girl. Or the black-haired girl, for that matter. You were merely attached to them, fixated on the idea of a world of tranquility. You used this peace to anchor yourself, to prevent you from drifting off into the ocean of your desires. You yearned to cause pain, also hungering for the opposite, a calm life. You idolized this idealized life spent in quiet harmony with another because you knew how difficult it would be for you to attain. Far more difficult than your satisfying your cravings, but not impossible. I personally had hoped you would find peace with someone rather than descend into savagery, but it may have only been superficial. But it would have been very human. But ultimately, peace slipped through your fingers, and no one was left to suppress your desires. You cannot, after all, hold them back yourself. What a tragic man. What a hopeless man. The door to the cellar swung shut. You had fallen to the floor at some point, unable to bear the stench of blood. The maid stood beside you, her arms wrapped around your shoulders. The maid's voice was chillingly gentle. That was quite horrific, wasn't it? Are you feeling unwell, master? Oh my, you're shaking, master. Fear not. I assure you, the beast will not come through that door. I'm here for you, and I'll continue to hold you for as long as you need to settle your nerves. Oh dear. You feel like you might freeze in my arms? Am I really that cold? Cannot tell my own temperature. You wish to know what happened to Beastia after that? I could open the door once more and show you. But I have no intention of knowingly tossing you back into that den of horrors. He lost the rest of his humanity, becoming wholly beast. But, to tell just a little bit more of the tale, it is my understanding that the entire village was ravaged shortly thereafter. He was a bewitchingly talented swordsman. Not a single person living in the village could stand up to him. In the woman's memories you saw, he was a gentleman, yes. Even the mildest of men can change. Though personally, I believe without an element of monstrousness buried somewhere within, a man cannot become a beast, regardless of what may push him in that direction. Do you follow? Now tell me, Master, have you remembered anything? Real quick, I would like to point out that yes, I believe anyone can become a monster, regardless of what their belief system is. So, honestly, like, the monstrous nature of people is that we have to deal with so much. There's a lot going on in our hearts and minds and our experience of life. So, even someone who has rage has these feelings of, that's the wrong way to put it. If someone has feelings of wanting justice, they want to find peace and love, and they want just a nice, quiet life. Even then, they are afforded the ability to defend themselves. If anyone had everything taken from them, they could become a monster. It's part of what I was talking about before during torture. You can make anyone say anything if you hurt them for long enough. If you drive them to the brink of insanity, people just acquiesce. They want to get out of that situation, they will find a way out. So, while I disagree with this woman, it's there is the opposite though. I believe that if you do the work, if you really try and you are actively put effort into being kind, taking the pain of others and letting it go, not continuing the cycle of pain. You can do that. Anyone can do that. Most people need a reason, and I can't fault you for that. But I know that my reason is I don't want anyone to have to deal with the shit I did. I don't want anyone to have that neglect or feel abandoned, like they don't have anyone to go to. So, with that, I'm going to take a break. Be back. I now realize it a bit silly to have taken a break here, but all the same. Now tell me, Master, have you remembered anything? Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I'm a remarkably patient maid. I shall accompany you for as long as you require. So do please find your memories. Now let us head to the next door. The mansion's quite large, so please hold on to my hand. Wouldn't want it to get separated. You and the maid travel down the dimly lit hall, passing by the mirror once again. The light from the candle in the maid's hand was the only thing that reflected in the air. The maid herself did not appear. However, just as you were about to avert your eyes, you thought you caught a glimpse of white hair. You heard a voice echo in the darkness. When you turned to face the mirror again, the glass was the color of obsidian, as if it had been painted over. The voice seemed to be coming from beyond the mirror. The maid did not turn back, evidently having not heard anything. You. The second choice in the game. You extend your hand toward the darkness, overrunning the mirror. The second your hand brushed against the surface, the tips of your fingers sunk into it. The next thing you realized, your whole world was sinking into darkness. You could hear a voice. I am the witch. So, we're going to get into a whole new set of characters here. And I know it's a little bit shorter than the other ones, but I think it's better to stop here, save, do the whole thing, and call it so I can have a very clear transition into the third chapter. So thank you all. Have a lovely evening and be kind to yourself. And one thing I want to talk about real quick is, so I took that break because it was important to me. It was kind of silly knowing I was so close to the end of that chapter. We had just ended the chapter in all actuality. Like, we were back to being the present day. So I could have endured some hardship. I could have been unkind to myself and dealt with some uncomfortable feelings of needing to pee and having some stuff in my teeth. But part of my work is being kinder to myself, affording myself the ability to fix things when they are wrong. So if I am in discomfort or I am in pain, I am allowed to fix that. I'm allowed to have nice things and be good to myself. And I hope you can all do the same. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening or time zone wherever you are. And have a good mental health. Till then.